Is the U.S. IPO market back? Well, we had one this week, an AI player, ticker CRWV. The stock is CRWV, and it was underwhelming response here. The price talk on this name was $47 to $55. They had to lower it all the way down to $40 just to get this thing priced. First day move and second day move were negative. Stock traded as low as $36. Let's take a look at why this was so underwhelming in CRWV. The first thing I want to point out is something that's very odd to me, and that CRWV actually has about $11 billion in net debt. Usually when an IPO goes public like this in the tech world, there is no debt, which means there is no one standing in front of you, the equity holder. But in this case, they cashed out $11 billion in value and put it on the balance sheet. Now, it looks like they're going to be able to pay that debt, so it's not a bankruptcy issue. It's just more of very interesting that they took $11 billion off the table before they sold it to you in an IPO. Let's take a look at what else is interesting here. First of all, it's a $28 billion valuation, fairly high, right? But look at the sales growth for this thing. $200 million a couple of years ago, $2 billion last year. It's supposed to be $8 billion this year and $12 billion next year. What do? Well, they used to farm and mine Ethereum, and they bought a whole bunch of NVIDIA chips to do it. And then Microsoft called them and said, hey, instead of mining Ethereum, why don't you do some AI data center work for us? We will borrow your cloud compute. We will pay for your cloud compute. And of that $8 billion in expected revenue, a ton of it, in fact, 62% of it is supposed to come from Microsoft. Why is that a problem? Because Microsoft just warned the world that they're going to pull back on AI data center spend, and this would be one of the places they pull back. Let's take a look at the quarters as to where I'd be worried about CRWV. So here are the quarterly revenue numbers for CRWV. $584 billion last quarter, then $740. You can see they look to grow to $943. That's not the quarter I'm worried about. I'm worried about this quarter over quarter growth of 100% they're expecting in quarter two, because guess why? That's right around the time the lockup expiration is going to hit on this name. If they do not hit that number, that huge leap in 100% growth on that quarter, I would be very worried as a shareholder that this stock is going to reprice itself lower. So Wall Street thinks CRWV's IPO was underwhelming on price. I'm worried about the debt. The Microsoft money might not be flowing in as quickly as it expects. We're worried about CRWV and where it priced, and we would stay away from this name.